I'm Andy Lundberg, Tile Sales Manager for Husqvarna Construction Products here in Olathe, Kansas. I just want to spend a couple minutes going over the features and benefits of our new TileMaster Plus and TileMaster XL Plus saws. Okay, let's start at the top. The first thing we'll look at is a motor. We use a proprietary 1.5-horse Baldor motor. This motor is a continuous duty motor. What that means is that to be rated 1.5 horsepower continuous duty, this motor has to be able to pull 1.5 horses 24 hours a day without overheating. If we had a piece of tile that was a mile long, we could run that tile through this saw, continuously cutting it. It would not overheat. That's because it's the best motor you can get. This differs from an intermittent duty or a saw duty motor, which do not have to meet such stringent specifications. We've also added a blade lock. A lot of customers asked for a blade lock. We now have it. There's a latch right here that locks the pulley in place. When you want to take the blade off, it's very easy to get it off. If you've ever had to tighten a motor, you now have a much easier job because there's a cam lock right here that we've added with the new TileMaster Plus. That's the second thing. Ever had to plunge cut? You've probably seen guys holding a piece of tile up to the blade. That's unsafe. It's not accurate. We now have the ability to do spring-assisted plunge cuts. If you're familiar with a masonry saw, it's very similar to that. The spring pulls the whole head platform up and down, and the spring is adjustable. You can actually set the tension to meet whatever the operator wants. It can be really tight, it can be really loose. It's very simple to adjust. This is the TileMaster XL Plus. Probably the first thing you notice is that the pan is not ABS polymer, but instead is galvanized steel. In the past, we powder coated this pan. Powder coating is great unless it chips. And if it does chip, it does allow the pan to rust. So instead, we galvanize the pan so that it resists rusting. The conveyor cart is the same as on the TileMaster, except it has an extension. The TileMaster XL Plus actually diagonals a 22-inch tile, and it will rip cut a full 31-inch tile. Since the tile is going to be bigger, we want the support to be bigger for the tile. And the last thing we want to call your attention to is the Poly V-belt. The Poly V-belt is the same on both saws. We've removed the belt guard here to make it visible. It doesn't do any good to have a great motor like we have if you can't transfer the power down to the blade shaft. The Poly V-belt that we've chosen to use does a fantastic job of transferring the power with very little horsepower loss. So we've seen the features and benefits that we've added to the new TileMaster and TileMaster XL. What's not so easy to see is the quality and dependability that are built into these saws. Felker's been known to make a high quality, extremely accurate saw, and we've been doing it for over 70 years. Not a year goes by on a job site or a trade show that I don't get approached by someone who tells me about a saw that they inherited from their dad or their grandfather, about a saw that they've been using for 20 or 30 years. That's not an unusual story at all. When you buy a Felker saw, that's the kind of quality that you expect and that you're going to get. You make an investment in a tool, it pays you back. You buy a Felker, you'll be glad you did.